Hey, Motorman here from Ride Like a Pro, and I wanted to show you our brand new facility. This is in Spring Hill, Florida. It's Cruz Lake Middle School, two gigantic parking lots, perfect pavement, and it was a beautiful day. Had a total of 11 riders, but this week I want to focus on two of the riders, two female riders, and the reason I want to focus on them is because a lot of people think that size or strength matters when it comes to motorcycling. Well, in a lot of sports, whether it be boxing or wrestling or weightlifting, size and strength may matter, but in motorcycling, it clearly does not. It's all technique. And women could ride just as well as men. In fact, they take direction a little bit better than men. So I'm going to show you these two riders and how well they did. Make sure you watch this to the end because you're going to see the competition. Now, this is Deandra, and she came all the way down from Alabama just to take the class. Notice the motorcycle she's on. That's a Road Glide Special, and she's got giant ape hangers, which generally makes things much more difficult for riders, because especially smaller riders, and she is in fact a smaller rider. She really got to stretch to turn those bars anywhere near full lock. Now, almost all of these exercises, full lock is not actually needed.
Then turn and drag that board.
And here you see Maria. She's on a deluxe, and that bike fits her actually very well. And I know she's practiced along with her husband, who's also in the class, because over the past few months they've sent me a couple of videos of their practice sessions, which, by the way, I invite anybody to do. Email me a video of your practice sessions and I will critique them for you. Now, both of these ladies were not perfect. I mean, if they were perfect, they wouldn't need me. They took direction very well. Since they had practiced prior to coming and had very low fear level, they have really no problem in the class. Even though, as you see, Deandra here on about a 900-pound motorcycle with ape hangers, and I don't know, she's about 5'4". I don't think she's more than 110 pounds, but she has no problem whipping that bike around like a toy. Same thing with Maria. Her technique is very good. Turns her head and eyes, allows the motorcycle to lean, and I'm coaching them as we're going along here. I'm telling her, especially Maria, to pick up her speed a little bit. She got in what we call a speed rut, and I noticed that on some of the videos that she sent me. She's very good, but at a particular speed, and a little shy of bringing that speed up. Towards the end, I got her to absolutely bring the speed up, but there's no strength involved here, folks. It's just technique. It doesn't matter how big the motorcycle is. It doesn't matter how much it weighs. The weight of the motorcycle is on the tires. The bike doesn't care how much it weighs, and neither do the tires. So don't let a big motorcycle intimidate you. The techniques are the same for all bikes. And if you're just learning these techniques, yes, due to intimidation factors, it's easier to learn on a small bike, but it's not mandatory. If you have a low fear level, as both of these lady riders do, yeah, you won't have a problem. Here we're practicing the U-turn. I do this before running the entire intersection. And some riders are still having a little bit of problem going a little bit wide. But both of the ladies seem to do just fine during this. We have right now set up at 27 feet. And there's Maria. And you'll see here she takes about probably 26 feet or 25 feet to make the U-turn. Later on, I narrow it all down to 24 feet. But as you can see, size and strength means nothing. Whipping the bikes around just as easily as the men do, because if you're trying to muscle around an 800 or 900 pound motorcycle, it's just not going to work. I don't care how big you are. So that's why I say size and strength means nothing. If you got the proper techniques, if you know those techniques and you practice them, they are, by the way, the proper use of your head and eyes, proper use of the friction zone, and a little bit of rear brake pressure to help you. Once you get really good with the clutch and throttle and get familiar with using the friction zone, you could eliminate the rear brake. Here's Deandra in the Snowman. Snowman consists of 3 circles. This first one is 30 feet to the left. The second one is 26 feet to the right. And the last one is 24 feet to the left. You should be able to turn any motorcycle in 24 feet because that's what you have out on the street. She does very well. A lot of people are intimidated by this exercise because there's so many cones in a confined area, but she was looking where she needed to be, which was just at the green tip cones. Same thing with Maria. She's looking for that green tipped cone. She's not paying any attention to the other cones. You could see them with your peripheral vision, so you don't want to look at the cones directly in front of you. You want to look way ahead of your path of travel. She's already looking for that next green cone. Now she's looking in the next circle because that's where she needs to go next. Again, that's 24 feet, just what you have out on the road. 2 lanes, 24 feet. And she executes it perfectly. Now, once the class is over, I give the riders a chance to do a little competition. In fact, they get to win a trophy. We call it the Best Rider in the Class trophy. The idea is to go through the intersection as quickly as possible with the least amount of errors. If you put a foot down, we add a second. If you hit a cone, we add a second. Now, this is Deandra really tearing it up, going very quickly through the intersection. In fact, her time, I believe, was like 26 seconds, which was about a second faster than all the men. She actually came in first and won the Ride Like a Pro Best Rider in Class trophy. And the one who came in second was Maria. Average time in this exercise is probably 30 to 32 seconds. Most of the riders in this class were well under that. The competition was fierce. Now, Maria here picked up her game. She wasn't intimidated at all by the stopwatch. Some people are. Some people fold under the pressure of the stopwatch, but not her. She did actually her best run of the day. Picked up her speed, used the techniques to their fullest, and it really shows here. She came in second. Deandra came in first. Very close competition. Tenths of a second apart.